Well, greetings and welcome. Here you are, and here we are at the C-Suite Network Women's Coaching and Consulting Council. So delighted that you're here. Thank you. And watching the replay and here in person, there's magic that happened before our program, but you only got the magic if you were here in person. So thank you to each of you for being here. Our program today is it's already working its magic. And Cristina, thank you so much. We're talking about how to be a trailblazer, new tools for us as coaches, consultants, trusted advisors, thought leaders, and to be able to serve our clients, serve ourselves, and really be the leaders we are in the marketplace. So we're so excited to be among the leaders of the leaders here today, led by Cristina DiGiacomo. And I'm Kathleen Caldwell, founder of this very fine council. So delighted to be an expression of my passion about coaching and consulting. I've been a credentialed coach since 1998, a very long time. I was at the second ICF conference in Greenleaf, Florida, a long time ago. And coaching is, like all of you, I'm sure it's in my blood. I'm also a speaker and author, one of the original C-Suite Network members, and just delighted to be the founder of this council. So thank you. Big shout out, just to kind of recap some of our programs, and I'll just go through them very quickly, but we had an incredible program just 2 weeks ago about how to really step up your executive coaching business. And we know as coaches, we're in corporate, we have corporate clients, we have life coaching, business coaching, leadership coaching. We're doing coaching and consulting all over the map. But this was an incredible program about how to grow your executive coaching business. You can find the replay of this program and all programs on our YouTube channel. And of course, big shout out to Nancy Geary, talking about how to monetize your content and your IP. Great program. Jeffrey Hazlett, one of our finest as well. Behind the scenes are what are chairmans, what are C-Suite network, and what are C-Suite leaders thinking about? What's their decision-making process? That was a fun program. And of course, Cindy Watson, another esteemed faculty member, talking about how to scale. Susan K. Younger is here today. Thank you. All about compassion, how to get connection with other people. Great heart-centered program. Be sure to watch the replay. Deb Creer bringing the highlights from PodFest. Our very own esteemed faculty member too, Gloria St. Martin Lowry, talking about how to build advocates, allies, and champions within your client base. Absolutely critical. Great program. Thank you, Gloria. Your comments and your feedback and insights were excellent. And of course, Sonia Jante talked about how to take the right risks and make the right choices when we have thousands of them available to us. And a little bit of a throwback. We want to bring back to our stage, of course, Carol Kemmer and Sheila Anderson. That program was great, and we're going to bring back each of those faculty members along with Kathy Dirksen too, to present about branding, about how to become an internationally best-selling recognized author, and much more. And LinkedIn, we need more of a refresh on what's happening on LinkedIn, Carol. So to kick off our program, all of you are seasoned in using AI. You know about AI, you're using it, and congratulations to each of you. And as we know, in this coming year in the United States of America, we got a lot of volatility. We have an election, we've got all kinds of economic concerns. You can't open a news feed without seeing what's happening with business in the United States and globally. So thank you for being here, and thank you for being the kind of leader who knows you need to be ahead of the pack, so to speak. And so corporations are looking for consultants, trusted advisors, experts, and people who can equip them in tools. And Christina's going to talk more about this, but in the eye of the storm, we need to be the lighthouse. This is one of our big themes in our C-Suite Network Women's Coaching and Consulting Council is in the midst of turmoil, you can be the trusted advisor rising above the pack. And I cannot tell you the number of coaches and consultants that I hear, honestly, every day saying, well, that's a fad, and I'm just going to kind of let it weather the storm that way. And I'm going to say, just like Cristina will in a moment, oh no, you do that at your own peril. So this is something to be excited about, something to harness. And Christine is going to give us more tools, more techniques, and mindset to do this. So with that, I cannot wait to welcome to our global stage, Cristina DiGiacomo, globally recognized international leader in AI technologies and tech, and how to harness those for peak productivity. And she, along with her colleague, Bernie Frieder, are the founders of C-Suite Network's Tech Council. And they are going gung-ho on tech, on AI, on all kinds of great technologies. As you know, she is the fabulous author of Wise Up at Work. And I think you can add to this, Cristina, with a #2 version about Wise Up at Work with AI, right? There's another version you could go with. So with that, I'd like to turn the podium over to Cristina. And Cristina, I think you want to run through your program and do some Q&A at some point. So we'll let you run the program from here. Let's, maybe if you unmute, let's welcome to our stage, Cristina DiGiacomo. Thank you so much. Yay.
Thank you. Thank you, Kathleen.
Great.
So first of all, I want to recognize the effort of everyone joining today. And it really kind of shows something that maybe most people right now don't have. And that is a curiosity and a desire for knowledge, especially with everything that's going on with this particular category, which is AI. So what I want to do, though, is I want to explain the intention behind this presentation. This is, I think, Kathleen may have the better number, my sixth or seventh session for the Women's Coaching and Consulting Council around AI. And if you go to any of my previous videos or the previous replays, I do a lot of what I call AI rundowns. Use this tool for this, use this tool for that, use this, and this is what I do on a constant basis. So the thing is after spending a year immersing myself in this subject matter and also working with and speaking to people in the coaching and consulting industry and also being an advisor myself, there is a different message I want to deliver today. So I am going to share with you a couple of AI tools and certainly some things to consider, but this talk is really about strategy, approaches, and mindsets. And there's a reason for that. Part of it is I'm very concerned. Okay. And when I say I'm very concerned, I am concerned because of the rapid pace of growth and tools and technologies that are now available. And I'm concerned for coaches and consultants and advisors in terms of being up to speed on this category. Now, I am so heartened by the responses that people gave to Kathleen's question around, are you using AI? And that's wonderful. I think it's great that there's some level of experimentation, but I can tell you right now, it must go further. And I will explain why in my presentation. So I'm just going to share screen. Okay. So this particular talk is also very, very much geared towards women coaches and consultants. And I'll explain why you as a specific demographic it's important for you to unlock the power of AI for your business. The message I want to send right now is your most critical tool is now. I cannot emphasize enough the level of urgency that you need to have in terms of experimenting, finding what works for you, being educated in this space, and what's going to be very, very important for you is to certainly be intentional about how you approach these tools, because there are about 500 to 1,000 tools that are released every month. And so this forces you to go back to the basics. Who is your target audience? What is your business model? What is your strategy? What is your approach to the market? This is now is the time to shore up all of that in your businesses, in addition to really not being afraid to go and be educated about this category. There's tons of very user-friendly newsletters like the Neuron. There's an AI for that. There's all these newsletters that are geared for people like us to teach us about what's going on, as well as educating us at what's going on at the high level, the conversations and the narratives that are going on right now about AI and ethics and where it's going and where it's headed. And this is stuff you really need to know, because it's becoming an expectation with your clients. So coaches and consultant numbers have grown 62% since 2019. This is real talk. You are easily replaceable and replicated. Now that AI is here, there's platforms, apps, and I'll get into some of the things that are already out there that are already doing sort of the baseline level job of coaches and consultants. Women coaches and consultants, even though you comprise 72% of coaches are women, are in a double sort of vulnerable position, because there's still a gender pay gap and you are still underestimated in your technical acumen. And I will explain why this is important. What this essentially means is men who are the minority of coaches are still getting those elite, high ticket level consulting and advising jobs. And because there is now an expectation or a very urgent conversation among clients and companies around AI, it's men who are considered, or the perception is that they are more technical. So you are underestimated in your technical acumen, and you are underpaid and undervalued in the marketplace for those really high level, high ticket opportunities. Not only that, AI powered coaching and consulting is a huge market right now. I don't know if you've heard of BetterUp or Amy, but BetterUp is the largest coaching, online coaching platform in the world. And Amy is an actual AI coach. Look these two up. Get familiar with what they do. Here's a market wake-up call. In 2020, the size of online coaching platforms was nearly $2 billion. By 2028, this market size is projected to increase to $4.5 billion. I say way more. You want to know why? Because these numbers and these predictions were made before AI became mainstream. So that $4.5 billion is only configured through online web-based platform coaching and consulting. So the size of the market is going to grow, except who's going to get the largest share of it? It's going to be the people who are already online, who are already using tools, who are already leveraging this stuff. In addition, there's the rise of AI companions. Now, AI companions like Replica are more of your AI buddy, your AI friend, your AI therapist. So they're not necessarily in the coaching and consulting space per se, but if you're looking to work with people who are not necessarily CEOs, or you're looking for more of a volume-based business where you're catering to a general public, AI companions are, you can use them as either a gateway to your stuff, or they're going to replace you. Then there's data-driven coaching. There is an expectation now that all coaching has some KPIs related to it. So progress, benchmarks, measured results, ROI. It's no longer, oh, I felt not so great when I started working with this coach and now I got promoted. It's not, that's, it needs to be constant data inputs and outputs. And so while data-driven coaching is an expectation, there's AI around this too. You can use AI tools that can help you define and implement data-driven coaching. I also want to share with you, there's a link here. Oh, I should have, oh, I didn't. Anyway, if you Google the coaching industry market size in 2024, or go to this URL, this is some of the best research and reporting on the coaching industry I've discovered. And so I highly recommend that you check out what Louisa Zhao has to say, because there's a lot of impact on the industry right now, and you have to know about it. I know you think like you're a coach or you're a consultant or you're an advisor, you're already working in the space. So maybe not knowing what's necessarily going on in the industry as a whole, like you're in it. I'm telling you, big shifts are happening. So so these stats are going to start to get really important. So because of all that, there's this perception of women coaches and consultants as not results oriented, not bottom line driven. You also can no longer just call yourself a coach or a consultant. You have to differentiate. You have to niche yourself. My niche is philosophy. So I teach philosophy to executives. And so you have to start to create more stronger outlines for your work and stronger outlines for your brand, because you need to be discoverable. And you don't want to be one in, you know, tens of thousands. I think there's like 100,000 plus coaches just in the United States. You need to scale or elite yourself now. So what that means is you need to make sure that your infrastructures are in place, your channels are in place, your income streams are in place, and you need to be able to start scaling. And because they're going to have like these platforms, if you're not going to be able to just go and try to get those one-on-one clients anymore, unless you are the other side of it, which is super elite, super high touch, high ticket. AI cannot replicate. You have to understand how AI is impacting the coaching and consulting landscapes, trends in the industry. Knowledge is power and opportunity. Even within the stats that I saw in Louisa Zhao's report, I was like, oh, you know, coaches and consultants can do this, or I can do this, and this will differentiate me, et cetera, et cetera. You have to start really leveraging AI. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, you know, I know that a lot of us are like, but I just want to still be me. You can absolutely still be you. You're going to be you, the youest you, because AI is going to be able to spread your message faster, get to market faster, give you the business intelligence that you need, enable you to be able to do all sorts of things so you can maintain your authenticity, your uniqueness, and your humanness. Even in the wellness and spiritual category, and I bring this up because I'm seeing this a lot, everything is now science-based, data-driven, AI. There's a lot of brands out there like open.com. There's a lot of companies out there that are in the wellness spirituality space that are realizing that they have to drive some communications around performance, measurements, ROI. Again, AI is going to be a big part of that because these platforms are going to be able to give something people really want, which is a personalized approach. It's not about an extension of you necessarily as a person. It's the customer or the client feeling like they're getting a bespoke, personalized experience as opposed to something cookie cutter that is like a one size fits all. That is not going to work in the market as customers and clients' expectations get more and more elevated. So there's good news, okay? Most women coaches and consultants will not embrace this new reality. You're here because you embrace this new reality and you're already touching on it. So this is not, I'm not trying to be disparaging, but there are already two camps. There's people who are like, okay, let me see how I can make this work. It's here, it's real. Let me see how I can make this work. And then there are other people who are like, no, I'm just going to stick with my own methods and work in this other way. And I am just here to tell you that things are getting faster. And if you're not up to speed, it's going to be very challenging to catch up because someone is going to have the same idea as you and be able to get to market faster than you can blink. So I created a term called AI signaling, very similar to virtue signaling. So right now, AI signaling still works for now. What that means is when you're in conversation with someone and you're like, yeah, I'm using AI tools to enhance my customer engagement, or I created AI Judy, or, and you sort of signal in some way that you are AI forward, that still works. It still grabs people's attention for now. I can't say that it's going to be like that in 6 months or a year. People are probably going to be like, yeah, well, everybody's using AI now. It's still not exactly like that. So, you can actually really probably get a leg up and get ahead of things if you're sort of AI signaling now. You just have to back it up though. Don't be, don't say you use AI and don't, because what's going to happen is they're going to ask you, oh, how? And you're going to be screwed. You're not going to have an answer. There is still so many tools out there that you can use for yourself and your marketing. So getting faster to market. AI, with all those things on this previous page and this previous page, AI can help you address all of those problems. So if you're curious about, the gaps that you have and understanding, okay, I have gaps here, I have gaps here. I really want to differentiate myself or I want to niche down. AI can help you with that differentiation, communicating that bottom line value. And you can also use it as a toolkit for your own consulting work. So for example, this is obviously if you're working with companies kind of at the enterprise level, potentially, but let's say you happen to have a really great project with an enterprise level client and you're recognizing they don't have any coaching platforms, they don't have any, and you're it, or you're trying to create sort of a coaching competency relationship between you and this large client. bring better up in. Do not worry if they're going to replace you in that sense, because you're still the strategist, you're still the ideator, you are in control. This is how you can leverage these tools and these platforms for your benefit so that they don't overtake you. You are the one who are bringing these tools to your client, bringing added value for your reputation. The coaching and consulting industry is only getting bigger. More and more people are finally understanding the benefits of coaching and consulting. So the good news is the client base, the potential client base is getting bigger. Great, more opportunity, more ways to spread your message and your methodology and help and have impact. But again, as this potential client base is getting bigger, you are going to have to be ready to expand. You are going to have to be ready to hustle. You are going to have to be ready to leverage. And so, but I believe that that is really good news. Okay. So I have an exclusive, and I'm so glad Judy is here because I have an exclusive for this group, which is a prediction and also a recommendation. Custom GPTs. So there's Chat GPT, and I don't know if you've noticed, but there's now these GPTs that can read PDFs. There's GPTs that can work with Excel spreadsheets. There's GPTs that are like little professors. I know in my particular space, there's Socrates GPTs, so I can chat with Socrates and so on. So GPT, custom GPTing yourself and your thought leadership, where you can, people can interact with you at that primary level, but you use it as your lead magnet. So you can certainly use your custom GPT to kind of delegate the sort of, those regular FAQs that people ask about, or, maybe you have a particular book you want, or some sort of custom GPT that you want to create to kind of offload some of that admin stuff. Or what I'm saying is custom GPTs are going to be the new lead magnet. So think about hyper personalized custom GPTs for your target audiences so that when they come to your site or they interact with your brand, they can have a choose their own adventure experience with your thought leadership as your lead magnet. So for example, if you've got an audience of women and you've got 3 pieces of content that are relevant for them, you can have a custom GPT that says, would you like this? Would you like this? Or would you like this? And they can chat with any pieces of those content. Then you can similarly, let's say you have men as a target audience. You can create a custom GPT for content that's relevant for them, both on the same experience. So what's going to happen is these custom GPTs are going to be a way for you to create these hyper-personalized experiences for your potential clients and customers, therefore enabling them to feel like you actually really know who they are and what they need, as well as being able to very easily distribute content at any time without having to create a new funnel, without having to, create a new landing page. The GPT just gets updated every time you update your thought leadership. That's it. So this is something that I'm going to be talking a little bit more about if you become a member of the Technology Council, where I will actually be working with people on how to create their custom GPTs and giving them resources. In addition, I have an AI challenge that's coming up in July where I'll be talking a little bit more about this, but this is definitely something I'm building some thought leadership around using custom GPTs as lead magnets. Bundly AI is a done-for-you AI-driven service for coaches and consultants. So check them out. I have not worked with them, but what they show seems pretty promising. They're basically, done for you with everything, your own GPT, content, business intelligence, modeling, everything that you could possibly need. And it's all fast and using AI as basically how they're generating all of this for you, and they work with you. So you're going to start seeing all of these agency helpers come up, and I would suggest you start using them now because their price points are really low. Demand is low, price points are low. Get in at the bottom subscription level and get grandfathered into any new developments, because this is what's going to happen with a lot of these AI tools that are subscription based. So you're going to get in at subscription level as they learn how to evolve their technology and add more features. The more value for you as a coach and a consultant to use this platform or that tool at a very low cost. Remember, your value is now measured in time. So it's not always, obviously you want to deliver high quality, but now clients are starting to understand that the shorter amount of time that they get their solutions, the better. And they'll pay a premium for that because they know that things can get done faster now. And there's going to be that expectation. Everything is transformation / change management process. So one of the things that I've been making sure people understand is just because we're talking about AI doesn't mean that you're not still doing your transformation process or your transformation methodology or your change management methodology. You're still auditing, discovery phase, recommendations, buy-in, implementation, maintenance. Like the process for implementing these ideas and these AI tools or your recommendations stay the same. You're only as good as your knowledge base. So I really like My Mind. And essentially what it is it's a platform that's, if you keep, notes in Evernote or Bear or something along those lines where there's a repository of things that you like to pin, it's like Pinterest, Bear, Evernote, bookmarking, like all in one. But the special thing about My Mind is it uses AI to tag and categorize all of your knowledge. So all you have to do is just post a link, post a note. Then it uses AI to help you search for it. So let's say you're working on a particular project or a particular knowledge domain. You go to My Mind and you're like, what are my notes on AI for women coaches and consultants? And it will serve up all of that data right there. Now, here's my prediction for My Mind. My Mind, I guarantee I would be shocked, and I feel 90% confident that My Mind is also now working on developing a GPT, a chat functionality, so that you will be able to chat and interact with your data. In other words, you can ask it, what would be my top 10 principles for women coaches and consultants using AI? And based on everything that you pinned and everything that you noted, it will say, you would probably say these are the top 10 ideas. So I suggest start using My Mind. There's 3 tiers. There's like a free tier. The basic level is $6.99 a month. There's a middle tier that gives you more AI capability for like $13 a month. And they're going to be rolling out a power user at some point. Just keep an eye on this, because now you have to have access to your ideas, your notes, your insights, all of that much faster. in order to be able to prompt all the AI tools you're using to be able to get the outputs you want. So I have a little acronym here regarding really what to keep in mind. It's called SEL. So AI, you want to look at SEL as AI for strategic enhancement. So meaning AI virtual assistants, transcripts and analysis, operational optimization. So you can spend more time reflecting and providing your best ideas, right? So your strategic move here is really in that offloading and delegating and using AIs and AI tools to delegate to them. Then there's educational empowerment. So there's AI tools that will give you sentiment analysis, that will give you personalized content. This is the outbound sort of AIs that your clients and your clients and customers can use to engage with you. That educational empowerment, educating them, giving them personalized experiences, as well as you being able to gauge their sentiment and sentiment analysis so that they feel you understand them, and that they have the knowledge and strategies to change. So again, the desire and the appetite is there for coaching and consulting, but there's this gap between them taking the leap to work with you. There's that space. And the educational empowerment using AI tools in that in that space in between, I think is going to be what is the game changer for your closing and being able to get people to work with you. Long-term value, again, that bottom line, that sort of bottom line perception is really important. So progress tracking, goal setting, you can always communicate your ROI in real time. You upload results, notes, make sure you're surveying people, make sure you're getting all those feedback notes on a constant basis, feed all of that into AI and ask it, create an analysis right now between, this original desired state to, original current state to desired state and everything in between. And how did we do? And what's going, what are your recommendations? Like, it can help you with that. And finally, level up, really stretch. This is not easy stuff. And it may be a bit overwhelming. My recommendation is get really good at like 2 or 3 AI tools, like really good. And the way I would break it out is one for your own marketing, one for your own internal use, one for use with, outbound sort of or client engagement, and one for content generation would be how I would be the criteria I would use if I could only get good with 3 tools. Those would be the categories I would use. And if you want to know what my recommendations are for those, we would have to have a more specific conversation. Again, join the Technology Council. This is the stuff I walk people through every month. Kathleen is a member. If you don't mind me calling that out, Kathleen is a member. And so this is what I do all the time for coaches and consultants, is helping them with these ideas and strategies. There's going to be, like I mentioned, an AI challenge July 7th through 9th. So every day is going to be a day that's focused on, like, for example, sales. So AI tools and strategies for sales. The second day is going to be AI tools and strategies for operations or content. So we're still working out exactly what those are. Believe it or not, I told C-suite, I said, look, I know this is going to be difficult or challenging, but I may be changing things up until the day before the challenge. That's how quickly things can change. So something I may have recommended 2 weeks prior to the challenge is no longer relevant. So but that's the essential structure. Or join the tech council. Yeah, definitely join us. If you, I've had people tell me that something that I taught them, the membership paid for itself. They had started having high converting Facebook ads. They started really being able to be more AI forward and AI signaling with their clients, and better close rate. So that's an opportunity for you as well. You can also contact me. This is my email address. Kathleen also knows how to get a hold of me. And that's it. Can I have a sip of water now?
Fantastic. Great, 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 great. And also, by the way, we're doing a collab with the C-Suite Network Women's Coaching and Consulting Council, along with the Tech Council. We're doing a collab between our two councils. Christine and I are talking in about an hour about more of that, about the details. So yes. So let's jump in. What questions? We've got just a few minutes remaining. What questions do you have? And Christine,
Yeah, so Susan is asking an excellent question.
Yes, thank you.
So the question is, how do you maintain interface between the various tools with so many new tools on the horizon? Okay, here you heard it here first. I have another prediction. So this is just based on, I mean, I spent 25 years in the digital interactive space. So I, was building and making websites in 1999 before the dot-com bubble, So I've seen a pattern in a new technology entering into the system and what happens, how it's adopted, and then its evolution and so on. So Susan, not right now, but soon. What's happening right now is there's thousands and thousands of tools. Most of them are going to be completely weeded out because, they're just, no one's using them, or they were poorly made to begin with. What's next are the aggregators. So typically when you have a lot of mercenaries and individual tools that are really good at one thing, then there's people like you who are like, what the heck? So then what happens is the aggregators come because they see a monetization opportunity in being able to be the recommendation engine for all of these tools. And it's already happened. So there's already recommendation engines, but what is really necessary is that sort of interface, that aggregator, that way for you to create a dashboard. I'm giving startups like so many ideas right now, like the way to create a dashboard of all of your tools. ChatGPT is doing something like that with its marketplace of GPTs. So, you could go ahead and use ChatGPT and probably be able to get everything that you need from the GPT marketplace. Copilot, also sort of an aggregator, but with its own stuff. So anyway, there's going to be these aggregators that are going to sort of be able to have you interact with multiple GPTs. Oh, actually, what am I talking about? There's Poe. Sorry, guys. Poe. Okay, I just put this in the chat. Poe is the newest sort of aggregator where you can interact with multiple GPTs in the same thread. So instead of you being in ChatGPT and you have to create separate chats for each tool, Poe enables you to interact with GPTs in the same thread. So in other words, you're creating a blog post, all you need is one thread with Poe. So I completely forgot. but there's going to be more tools like Post, Susan, more aggregators. And so you're going to start to see that. Then maybe down the line, there's going to be your holding companies. So companies very similar to like the ad agency model, where there's holding companies that have bought and secured the rights to all of these different AI tools for a specific reason. So we're only right now at the individual tool level. So the way for you to stay kind of organized with it is make sure you know what you need a tool for, and make sure that you know you need something for content, you need something for client engagement, you need something for productivity. And start with that. Keep it bookmarked. I have like a row of AI tools just in my bookmarks, in my bookmark bar. So thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, Christina, we could keep going. And so this is just a little appetizer, ladies, and more to come. And we'll be making an announcement very soon about a collaboration between the Women's Coaching and Consulting Council and Tech Council, so you can join both. And Christina, we're planning some insider sessions where it'll be member only sessions just for you, where we can have some working sessions, and you'll be able to see how are others using AI, so you can learn and you don't have to start from ground zero on this. So great. Good. So in our remaining just few minutes, wondering what your biggest takeaways are from our time. And thank you, Christina. My goodness, fantastic. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh my gosh, fantastic. Just jump right in. What are your biggest takeaways from our time together? And then we'll
Wow.
wrap up. Yeah, wow is right. Thank you, Kathy Dirksen. A big wow. I love wow because you can flip it around and go from back to front or front to front. It's the same word. I love it. Yes.
It's amazing to me that with seeing Christina speak a number of times, being part of the Tech Council,
Yeah.
that I
Thank you,
learned
Gloria. Yeah.
like, from one session to the next, there's so much more that it's crazy. I got super excited about the custom GPTs, and the fact that then I mean, I loved everything. I'm going to use my mind to categorize and catalog stuff and look at it from the thought leadership perspective. I want to figure out how to create a custom GPT that can interact with the content that we have. I mean, is really exciting stuff, overwhelming to think about and exciting all at the same time.
Thank you, Gloria. Thank you, Kathy. Do you want to elaborate on your wow? Is there anything specific? I mean, I appreciate it, but
Well, I'm still a newbie at all of this and figuring out how it all fits. And you approach it with so much enthusiasm and energy that it's impressive and beautiful. And at the other hand, it's like, oh my God, where do I start now?
Thank you, Kathy.
Yeah. We'll be focusing in on the implementation of a lot of this, Christina, right? Yeah. What are the next steps?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. Yes. How about some big takeaways? What is a big takeaway from each of you? Jump right in. Karen, thank you.
I would like to say two very quick ones. One is I am a divergent thinker, and having a way to organize the thousands of things that I think of all the time is super helpful. So I love that. And the other is, I think, the real big importance of how a lead magnet might look a lot different, because I find that there's so many people who just want to snag your email, and it feels like it's not a reasonable trade-off, and you're not really supporting someone who potentially might want to become in your world. So having something that's really functional and of value for them feels perfect to me. Thank you for this. Has been great. I love this. Thanks.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you. Carol, jump in. Judy, jump in. Susan A, jumping in as we complete.
And I think for me, because what I know with Bank, they've been working with the AI internally since 2019. And to watch that transform and then see as chat comes into play, how it expands it. And just as Christina was talking about, how different things are playing together, the anticipation of what we get now and what we will get in the future continues to evolve. And it means we have to maintain our curiosity, but it also has to maintain our respect for what does it take to really get it done right, and not just assume that the next piece is complete. It's always in evolution. And how do we keep that evolution from frustrating us because we're wanting it to be more faster, and we really need to take the time to get it right as well. It's that balancing act that has to continue to go on.
Carol, jump in. Judy, jump in. Take away.
So I didn't realize how many new tools were being pumped out there. It's no wonder I'm having a hard time keeping up with it. But I had heard about the one aggregator. I hadn't heard about Poe. I'm looking forward to trying that. I think that'll really help with efficiency.
Very
Thank you,
nice.
Judy.
Thank you. Good. Carol, jumping in.
Well, the part that I could understand the best was the introduction about how the coaching market is changing. And I really appreciate that grounding, because I'm going to use some of that data when I present to the International Coaching Federation in September in Cincinnati. So that was exciting. Other than that, yes, it's like, oh, it's coming. The tsunami is here.
Right.
It's already washed over.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's already washed over.
Yes. And be on the alert for our Women's Coaching and Consulting Council new special report too. We're aggregating all of the data from our 143 programs we've had in our council. So yes. So Cristina, thank you, thank you, thank you. And as we complete, we'd love your social shout out to our program today. Our replay will be up within 24 hours. Our team will post that, and we want you to come join our other programs. I love the philosophy I implemented is always have something wonderful to invite people to. So come to our Saturday morning Women's Success Circle, 27 minutes of deliciousness. Big shout out to Susan K. Younger, who hosted our program this past Saturday. Thank you to you, Susan. And also, we want to formally invite you, come and join our council, become a member of the C-Suite Network Women's Coaching and Consulting Council, and then a collaboration with the Tech Council. You get 2 great councils as part of a promo that we're going to be putting together. We give you, as a coach, consultant, trusted advisor, thought leader, a platform to rise and shine. We're going to promote you, showcase you, and highlight you. Check out our YouTube channel. We've got, again, 143 plus incredible videos, which starting today, we are cross-promoting with C-Suite Network to get page 1 Google amplification. So that means for you, your content, your IP, your videos in our council will get first place promotion. Really exciting. And so how do we do that? We've got our new website that's coming, but in the interim, schedule a time with me, schedule a time with Cristina. Let's chat. Let's talk about what are your plans for this year and how we can support you in promoting them. So with that, thank you, thank you, thank you, Cristina. Again, extraordinary.
Thank
Big
you.
social shout out. We would love your feedback. And thank you again for a great program today, Cristina. Thanks for bringing your genius, your wisdom, and who you are. We love you for that. Thank you so much. Okay. Bye for now, ladies. See you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Bye-bye.